Racially motivated mass shooting in Florida. New surveillance video. Now to the latest on that deadly racially motivated mass shooting in Florida. New surveillance video has been released, and we're hearing from the hero school security guard who diverted the gunman off campus. Alex Perche is live in Jacksonville this morning. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yes, police say that hate marched into this Dollar General and killed 3 people just because they were black. And this morning, authorities piecing together more about what led that gunman here.
Overnight, investigators releasing new surveillance video capturing the moment police entered this Dollar General where a self-proclaimed white supremacist opened fire, killing 3 black people with no regard.
So you notice the reaction, a gunshot rang out. They were taking cover. That's when we believe the suspect took his own life.
During Saturday's shooting, the gunman's father contacting the Clay County Sheriff's Office worried after discovering a troubling trove of writings left behind by the suspect at home. ABC News obtaining that 911 call.
Has he done anything like this before, or has he said anything like this before?
When he was 15, he left a note, a suicide note, and got on his bike and was headed downtown to jump off a building.
Okay.
You all responded to that.
Just before the shooting, the suspect stopped at Edward Waters University, a nearby historically black college. He was seen putting on a tactical vest and blue latex gloves, students reporting him to campus security.
It was the act of the students that came forth as to why I was able to do what I did today. I'm no hero.
As that officer moved in, the suspect hopped a curb and sped away, Lieutenant Antonio Bailey tailing until he could read the license plate.
I was not able to see a weapon at that time.
Minutes later, the suspect armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun arrives to the Dollar General, opening fire and taking the lives of store employee Analt Joseph Laguerre Jr., Gerald Gallion, and Angela Carr.
She was alone. She died alone. And I don't care what we ever been through. It's my mom. My mom is gone.
Now, officers say that shooter Saturday first stopped at a Family Dollar. They believe it could have been a possible target, but this shooting has shaken this community. Residents telling me that just like with the Buffalo Tops shooting, that this is a food desert, and there are many people here who depended on this Dollar General to buy necessities. Gio?
It is all so heartbreaking. All right, Alex, thank you for your reporting.
Now to the...
Yeah, what's good, people? We back. Had to come through, man. Had to come through, right? Because I'm gonna be coming through with these videos how I used to do. So what I want to talk about white supremacy, and I want to talk about how the term white supremacy has been co-opted by the mainstream media, and we have to know the difference between white supremacy and a poor white trash cracker. You know what I'm saying? And because we have to understand that poor white trash crackers are protected by white supremacy. The shooting that happened in Jacksonville, the shooting that happened in Jacksonville bothered me, right? Because it was 3 black people that lost their lives. They lost their lives. They went to the store. They didn't plan on dying, and they went to the store and got killed. They went to the store and got killed by a poor white trash cracker who was protected by the system of white supremacy. And we gotta be, let's really attack white supremacy. If everybody's on code to really attack white supremacy, let's attack it seriously. Because I don't like how for years, because I've been talking this talk my whole life, and I remember I had a friend talking this talk to, and she would joke about every time I would talk like this, how it's some shit that you don't really want to talk about outside and shit like that. And it was you can joke and stuff like that about it, but nowadays it's a mainstream term. White supremacy is a mainstream term. And for years, since the existence of the United States, it's been operating under white supremacy. Every law, or the Constitution, or every the amendments, they all favor white supremacy. It was made for white supremacy. That's what we have to understand. We cannot think that white supremacy is just angry little lonely white boys buying rifles and killing random people. That is it's a slap in the face if you tell me that that's white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Because we know all these different areas and pockets in the world of black people where the neighborhoods are run down, and it's that part of the city that those exits that you don't want to get off on. You get what I'm saying? You only get off on those exits to get some food and hop right back in the car and go back to your house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about here. And this is what I've been thinking about for a long time, years and decades. So I'm gonna keep this theme up and apply different stories to it. The system of white supremacy, we have to understand that it's 2023, and not the system of white. It's a system. So just because you see an angry, lonely, poor white trash cracker buy a gun and go kill 3 innocent black people and say that he hates niggers and leave quote unquote manifestos and everything like that, that's white supremacy. Dylan Roof. And white supremacy is only when angry white boys buy a gun to kill innocent black people. That's not it. That's angry white terrorism. That's white terrorism. Because I'm at that point in life now where I lived long enough to see that the system of white supremacy, there are many people of different colors operating under that system. That system benefits a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? That system of white supremacy benefits a lot of people. And what we have to understand also, when I say police in a lot of things. I'm not talking about the actual human beings who have a job and wear uniforms with the badge. We have honor for those people. We have respect for those people. Those people, put their lives on the line and put food on the table for their families. Nothing wrong. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? We respect them in that job. They are needed, and you know what I'm saying. When you need them. So that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the system of white supremacy. Police. You want to know where police come from? Police come from the quote unquote paddy rollers, the slave catchers from back in the slavery days. It's almost like they try to criminalize knowing certain things. No, and they want to change it. No, that's what it is. The system of white supremacy, there are a lot of people operating under that. You know what I'm saying? And the police system was built to benefit white supremacy. There was no police. The first police were made to catch runaway slaves. This like the police system that you see now started from catching runaway slaves. So that's why when I say police, I'm talking about the system of white supremacy and people operating under that system. Because nowadays it's all type of people operating under that system of white supremacy. And to crush white supremacy, for example, it's all over. I'm tired of people trying to make, because I have to be in certain places to say this, because I'm tired of people making it seem like as if I'm saying something wrong or I'm doing something wrong by speaking the truth about things. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what it is. When you speak the truth, people hate you. And I'm okay with that. But especially now, I'd rather get real hate than fake love. So it's we see that police is a buzzword. That's the system of white supremacy. That's under the white supremacy. If you drew a chart, put white supremacy over here, and you put everybody else over there on the left, white supremacy on the right, police goes on the right. And then there are a lot of things that go under that, and then today's progressive times, they're trying to snatch back a lot of things. But let me go back to that shooting in Jacksonville. The system of white supremacy is what allows people in Florida to buy guns without any permit. You know why that's under the system of white supremacy? Because I'm pretty sure black people, that doesn't apply to you. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't apply to you, black people. When you get caught with a gun, you are still doing time, and you're still going through a lot of things, and you still have a lot of explaining to do when you get caught with the gun. White boy, no. You get caught with the gun. Hey, the bill was signed. We can buy guns now. So what are you stopping me for, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's what it boils down to. The people who signed that bill, made it possible for where you don't need a permit to buy guns. That's the system of white supremacy. Attack that. That's a system. That one needs to be attacked. That poor white trash maggot that did the shooting, he is, a foot soldier of white terrorism. White terrorism is a branch of white supremacy that has really, it has slowed down, and over the years, of course, but it has picked up with these white trash shootings, mass murder that have been going on in the past couple of years. We're not, because we have to realize what we're doing. But when we call this poor white trash maggot a white supremacist, we are boosting him up. Dylan Roof is a god amongst these white boys. You know why? Because when he did that shooting, that mass murder, we and the mass media made it so that his name is synonymous with being a mass murderer, a white supremacist, white mass murderer. That's what the mass media made you believe, that this is a white supremacist. Dylan Roof is not a white supremacist. He's a poor little white trash lonely maggot that had guns and committed the mass murder. He was able to do that because of the system of white supremacy. The system of white supremacy, after he did that murder, took him to Burger King and let him get some and bought some food for him before he went to jail. That's the system of white supremacy. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what needs to really, really, really be crushed all the way. You know, and really stomp down on it. You get what I'm saying? And there's more to it, you know, because the word white supremacy is a word that they used when, you know, during slavery, during the Jim Crow days. You know, Hitler is actually where it comes from, but when they that word is like when we give that term to these poor white trash maggots, we are boosting them up to make it happen again. You know, when we made Dylan Roof a white supremacist who killed all these black people, we're making it possible for it to happen again. When we tell the truth that, like, yo, this is a lonely poor white trash cracker who did this murder, it's going to slow down. It's going to slow down because we know, because now these acts of violence, when we see it happen, we know that it's going to be a poor white, the white boy that does it. He know that he's going to be branded a poor white trash cracker. You know what I'm saying? That's not anything. And you know what I'm saying? That's nothing to strive for. You know what I'm saying? For example, when it's like rappers getting shot. When Tupac got shot and everything like that, and you see how he recovered, and you see what he came back with, and you see his legacy after that, it's like, oh man. So it's like, oh man. And then, you know, when he's on record talking about, I took 5, you know what I'm saying, took it and smiled and everything like that. He made it to where, though being shot, he made it be like, oh man, this is a badge of honor. For him it was. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody else. Some other rappers get shot and die. You get what I'm saying? They get killed. So it's like that, where a rapper, where you see Tupac get shot, and it's like, oh man, he got shot, he came back, did it. You know, now if I get shot, it ain't gonna be that bad. Like, no. When you get shot, you're gonna have to get your legs amputated, or you might die. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something like this. It's like that when you tell the truth about it. That's what we have to do for white supremacy. You know, white supremacy, we attack the actual white supremacist. When we say, yo, Ron DeSantis, why you made it legal for white boys to get guns, and then after you know, these mass murders happen, you still do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And put the pressure on him, like, oh, are you a white supremacist? Because you allowed this to happen. You must be a white supremacist, because it's only lonely poor white trash crackers buying these guns and committing mass murders. So you must be one of them, right? That's what we have to do for it. Let's not, you know, waste the term on these on these lonely little maggots. You get what I'm saying? Let's not do that. Let's put the pressure on the right people. So I'll be back, and I'll keep applying this theme, the difference between poor white trash crackers being protected by the system of white supremacy and actually attacking the system of white supremacy. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a difference, man. But I'm gonna go and get out of here, man.